Tonya Hofmann's fabulous. Tonya Hofmann's fabulous. Tonya Hofmann's fabulous, fabulous TV show. Tonya.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am so excited that you're here at the show today. I am Tonya Hofmann. I'm the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association. If you haven't checked out our website lately, do so. Public Speakers with an S, association.com. And I am so excited today to have one of my best friends, Toni Harris, in the building. Yay! She's about to blow you away because every time I talk to her, I'm just like, wow. So you will be that way too. So get ready to wipe your drool off and be amazed. And, you know, one of the things that I love doing not only is connecting to fabulous people like Toni, but to actually get to meet them, know them, build a relationship with them, you know, and become girlfriends, you know, guy friends, whatever it is, you know, take it to the next step because people are amazing and they're so helpful. And Toni is one of those people that is a giver. I love hanging around givers, you know, people that have an open heart to help you and answer questions. And she has such a huge, vast knowledge of so much that she's done in her past, from finances. Ugh, she can help you even with that. On social media, email marketing. I mean, the list goes on and on. Toni and I met at an event, and it was
here we go.
You know, a lot of times we don't even know what's going on in other people, and that's just something. It was a big lesson for me, and I think even for Toni, right? She just did her big first stage presence. She looked awesome. She came off that stage. She had this red suit on, these big high heels. Her hair was gorgeous. She was just like on fire. And people like swarming around her like little ants. And I was like, ooh, I want to go meet her. And so I walked up. She's like, oh, hi. And she turned around and walked off. And then like a year later or so, we started really getting to know each other and building a relationship. And, you know, don't take first impressions as always the last impression, because a lot of times just things are happening in people's lives.
That's right. So thank you for forgiving me for that, because that was my big sigh of relief. And I was just happy to have had that first big presentation done. And inside my head, I was just breathing, and so thank you for forgiving me.
Oh yeah, you know, it's all good. So Toni, tell us now. Toni, I gotta let y'all know. So Toni has been through the ringer in her life. Amazing that I don't think I could look that good with what she's gone through. And you know, I think that what a lot of people stopped, and that's why I wanted to create this show, is to show people that we are real people. There's been things that have happened to us, but it's not stopping us. And I think that's the most important part. So Toni, tell us about how you changed your world.
I've changed my world so many different ways. You know, my overarching theme of my speaking platform is taking drastic steps in your life, personally, professionally, and financially. And so I have so many things that I've done. You know, Tonya, on my book cover, this is my book. Sometimes you have to take a drastic step to turn your life around. You know, if you look at that big girl there was me. So I took a drastic step, lost some weight, gained it back after being in an international magazine, and then lost it again. So lost over 90 pounds twice. So that's drastic. And that turned my life around, because what it did was gave me the confidence to feel like I could be able to be a stage speaker, you know, be out in the world sharing my story and having the confidence to be able to network. So the things that have really grown my business is networking. And you know that, right? you can't do anything in a vacuum, and it's drastic to network, to pay money, to get on a plane and go to national networking events. You don't know who you're going to meet, what the outcomes are going to be, but that one thing has changed the trajectory of my business. And now I'm just blown away every time I go to a networking event, at the people I meet and the doors that are opened because you show up. So a lot of times in business, we don't want to show up. Half the battle is showing up, and showing up with people who are like-minded, who want to help and support each other. It's amazing what happens. So I would say that that's my big step that I've taken to change the trajectory of my business.
Awesome. And I know you've had all kinds of personal challenges, and but you haven't kept it from making you take those drastic steps and getting over and moving on.
My personal challenges have built my story. It's the foundation of who I am. And my challenges aren't as bad as others. I look at other people and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you keep going. And they look at me and like, oh my God, how do you keep going? And the bottom line is, you can't help it.
Right.
For me, keeping going is a distraction from life. When my husband passed away, I started with Constant Contact 1 week after his funeral. And I'm proud to say they named me their Rookie of the Year.
Yay!
Yay! For me to be able to accomplish that. But that was my distraction from my life. Now, I could have been in the bed and had the covers over my head, and I should have been, really. But I decided that I wasn't going to let life stop me, because it wasn't going to bring him back. It wasn't going to change the fact. So I did what I knew he would have wanted me to do, and that is keep moving forward no matter what. And at that point, I enrolled in the master's program. I just got my master's degree on Friday. I'm going to show that sucker, because I worked hard for that thing.
Ooh,
there it is, baby.
Nice.
As an entrepreneur, I don't know even why I got that thing, but I know this. I didn't want any more doors to not be open to me because I didn't have a piece of paper. And my husband asked me to finish and get my master's, and as a distraction from life, I did it. So
I never heard anyone say that their work or their mission or their nonprofit or whatever they're doing, they were doing for a distraction. And I really love that approach, because I think that's really what it is. And because you've got to get through emotions and everything, but instead of crawling up into a ball, why don't take that energy and use it to your benefit?
That's right. Exactly. And so that's drastic, though. You've got to be willing to put 2 feet on the floor every day and say, today is a new day. And when you show up, stuff happens, especially when you show up with people like Tonya Hofmann, because she's going to guarantee that stuff is going to happen for you. I mean, joining PSA, that happened at the beginning of 2013, right after his death. Again, another major thing that came into my life at the right time. So thank you, Tonya, for giving me another way that I could be focused on something else other than what I had going on in my life.
Well, you know, this is what always astounds me, is I met you back in 2013, right? And I had known you before, and I've seen you on stage, and I was always like, wow. And I got to have a conversation with you, and we sat down and you know, had food. I think we had Mexican food or something, and we had a great discussion, and a frank discussion. And that's what I like, is not the poofy, let's just have tea and try to put on airs. Let's just have a real discussion with each other. And that's what I really loved about you. And also the kind of the reality of, you know, really what was going on in your world. You said something that I thought that it even makes sense. And this is what happens to, I think, for a lot of people, is I see people with kind of a rose-colored glasses, you know? We don't know what's happening in your life, and this is the hardest thing for people to get. We don't see what's going on in your head.
That's right.
And when I met you, you're like, well, yeah, you know, I'm speaking, but I'm, you know, really just speaking around, you know, Houston. And I'm like, you're just speaking in Houston? She goes, yeah. I'm like, girl, you should be speaking like everywhere. And what is it? Like not even 2 years later, and you're like going, you're international now.
I am international now. Let me tell you how I got international. Forming a relationship with Barbara Pender. I met Barbara Pender through Facebook. She came to an event. I did a Facebook meetup. We really didn't connect until we both became PSA directors. When we became PSA directors, we partnered up. She had an event she couldn't go to, so she referred me in Canada. She helped make me a PSA director and international speaker, I'm sorry, and that came indirectly from you. So it's just amazing what happens when you just show up.
Show up and then create actions afterwards, you know?
That's right. Show up and follow up.
Right, exactly. Yesterday I was doing a call and there were 6 people from all over in US and in Canada on the call. And 2 people I'm like, oh yeah, you know, she does this, and one other lady goes, wait, I need to know you. And suddenly they're, you know, oh, here's my phone number. So with the internet and the capabilities nowadays, really it is, the opportunity is boundless.
Yes, it is. And so you have created a fabulous network of people who want to support each other. And so thank you for that. And anybody who is watching, if you want to be a part of a group of people who love one another genuinely around the world and really genuinely want to help each other, you need to be a part of the PSA. So thank you for that.
Thank you. So I know that you change lives everywhere. So how are you going out and changing the world? What's some tips that you can give people?
Well, I, again, talk about taking drastic steps. And so I actually focus on drastic steps as entrepreneurs in small businesses. I have a passion for small businesses. I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years, although I know I only look 29. I tell people the Kool-Aid stand counts.
Exactly.
But I'm so passionate about technology, marketing, sales, and entrepreneurship. So what I tell people is find the technology tools that are going to help you to grow global. And I'm a representative for Constant Contact, and I'm very proud to say that that brand has helped over 500,000 small to medium-sized businesses to grow. And besides that, I have other technology companies that I've partnered with. Plus, I do social media training and teaching entrepreneurs how to leverage social media to grow their businesses as well. So I just want people to step outside their comfort zone. I get all the time, I'm not technology savvy. I need everybody who's saying that to give that up.
Thank you.
Technology ain't going nowhere, and you're going to be left behind. And here's what this is one of the things that I make decisions on and I move forward on. If other people can do it, doggone it, I can do it. They ain't more special than me. And yes, I mean ain't. They ain't more special than me. They ain't smarter than me. And if other people can click around and figure it out, then I can do it. It's a matter of taking the step to buy out time or asking for help, which is drastic for a lot of people, or paying for help. I'd rather you pay for help because then you're going to execute, right?
Yes.
So find someone who can help you to grow your business using technology. If your business is bigger than your backyard, you are missing the boat if you're not using email marketing, social media marketing, and other tools, webinars, to spread your voice, to spread your message. and the videos. You know, I'm amazed at how many speakers don't have a video.
Yeah.
And so all my fellow speakers, if you don't have a professional video, and yes, I know we can do the camera phones and all that, and some of those are good, but you have got to invest in a good, solid, professional video. I have a video on YouTube that has 15,000 hits, I think. I have gotten so much business from that one clip. By the way, that was the clip from the meeting where we met. That first, and I had enough good sense to have a videographer at that first event. Even though I was crazy nervous, I didn't know how it was going to come off. It is the video that has changed my business. So use technology to grow your business. And if you need help, pay somebody to help you, because if you pay somebody, you're going to get it done.
Exactly.
So that's my advice there. And I know you and I are twins, you know. So I know you believe wholeheartedly in using technology to grow our business.
We're good-looking twins.
I know. I see the family resemblance.
Exactly. It was so much fun. I went to an event with Toni, and it was a lovely event of women. And we all get into a position where we're in an environment that sometimes we just don't understand, right? Or they're talking about something that's not relatable. And so these ladies were up on stage talking about hair. And I'm like, hey, I know hair. Right. But they're talking about hair that I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about, because it was an African-American women's event. And I think I was the only white chick there. And so afterwards, I'm like, hey, Toni, so what are they talking about? I have no idea. And everyone was cracking up and laughing. And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Now I do. I'm like, oh, the whole wig thing.
Yes. I still have to take you to the hair store, by the way.
I need a new hairdo.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can stick all this underneath a wig, though.
Yeah, we can show you how.
Nice.
But yeah, Tonya is always stepping outside of her comfort zone. And so out of that event, you met a lot of people and we got some great USA members.
Some amazing people. And that's what I think that happens to a lot of people. And I don't know if you feel this too, is they always are trying to be around only people that look just like them. They're not trying to push out of their comfort zone. And I know you push out of your comfort zone all the time.
That's right. I have to. And it's drastic to do that. So, but you know what? Again, you just show up and stuff happens. So I appreciate you so much for that, being willing to be drastic, because you are, I think I'm going to start a club, the Drastic Steppers Club, a sorority, a fraternity.
Right, I want to join. Well, and it's really, I think that's the biggest thing for most people, is they just don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to stretch themselves because it's so uncomfortable the first time. I've spoke the other day in front of an entire room, 150 police officers and firemen. They were the most earliest, they got their guns on the side. They're all peacocking and puffing up their chests, it was brilliant, but they were so nice. And yes, there's always going to be some that don't get you, that don't resonate. And you just move them away and say, great, let me focus on the ones who they just are amazing.
That's right. And
that's what I do. And that's how I get through being uncomfortable, because I know there's always going to be someone in the room that, especially if I look completely different than anybody else there, I just know that there's going to be people that just aren't going to like me just because of that fact.
Right.
And you just push past that, and you find all the other fabulous people that do want to know you.
And there are going to be people who are attracted to you because of your difference as well. Right? So it doesn't matter. When I went to the social media camp in Canada that Barbara sent me to, I was the only brown person. The only brown person. And until the last day, another person came. I was like, where'd you come from? And he wasn't even American, or he wasn't African. He was like Indian or something. But it was, you know what? It doesn't matter. People love you because of who you are. And
I know. It's so hard for people to get that. You know, I went to a gay and lesbian event, you know, and yeah, there was a couple of people, they're like, oh, you're straight? You have a husband? And I'm like, yeah. That's who I am. I'm okay with who you are. You know, I went to a Hispanic event. Oh, it was so funny because I was on stage and I was talking, and then whatever phrase I said was like the major phrase in one of their favorite songs, and everyone just jumped up all of a sudden and started singing and swaying in Spanish, and I just kind of sit there and, you know, let them finish their song, and they all sit down. Everyone was laughing and hooting and hollering, and I was like, you know, I had no idea what just happened, but I just went with it. And then afterwards, the people were like, oh my gosh, that was so brilliant. How did you know to put that in there? I'm like, right. I'm just that good.
That's funny.
But I think, you know, with email marketing, social media, it's such a foreign concept for so many people. They really do need to connect with people, you know, like yourself, that can give them that kind of insight. You've got so much great tips and information and real knowledge that they need to know, or they could get into a lot of trouble too.
Absolutely. There's a right way and a wrong way to do email marketing. And if not, if someone wanted to, they could report you to the Federal Trade Commission, and it could just wreak havoc on your life and your business. Don't take that chance. Email marketing is a great way to reach the masses. Let's just talk about the fact that small business owners are not doing enough marketing, period. Right. And so why not choose an affordable method that you can control, right? And let me go back to you can control. I'm having a little issue with some of the social media platforms. They will remain nameless. But here's the deal. They can stop anytime. They can change the rules anytime. But your email address, your email list belongs to you. So even if you don't like what Constant Contact's doing, you export your list and move it to somebody else. With social media, if you're only relying on social media, you might find yourself disappointed if some of them change the way they do things. And they've been doing that lately, right? When it comes to business marketing. So as a business owner, the most valuable thing you could do is grow your list. Grow by networking offline and then bringing those relationships online, by getting those social media contacts from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn onto your list, by doing this and establishing a relationship. And then when they get on your list, they belong to you, and nobody else can control that for you. So having said that, I have a offer.
Yay!
On my website, drasticonlineresults.com, you can go right there on my landing page and join my list, and you can receive a free gift from me, 60 ways to grow your list. 60. Let me tell you, you can't implement 60, but if you can implement 6, that's going to help you move you forward to get your list. And don't forget, your list is global, right? Email is global, and everybody has it. Still, not everybody has social media or is as active on it as they need to be, but everybody's in their email list all day long. So you have to be where people are, and my document, 60 Ways to Grow Your List, will show you how to do that so you're in control of your marketing. And that's, again, drasticonlineresults.com.
Love it. Love it. So everyone, please take advantage of that, because that is huge. You know, just like, you know, Toni says, even if you're only starting to check off, you know, just start with number 1 and then go to number 2. You know, you're already doing so much more than most people out there.
That's right. That's right. And so stay focused on marketing yourself. There's a guy here in Houston. I know who you know who he is. His name is Mattress Mac. He grew his business, his furniture store business. I remember when he was in a tent 30 years ago. He's now a multi-millionaire because he was consistent in his marketing. And I heard him speak one time, and he said, no matter what, no matter how lean times got, he never stopped advertising. And so I know personally that marketing, growing your business, telling people who you are, and you got to do it over and over and over again. So many small business owners put something out there. They sent out one email and nobody responded. They quit. They quit. It's like, you can't run a business. That's why we see the exact same ads over and over and over again from different companies over and over and over again. It's a constant reminder that we are still here. We're still in business. And if we want to be the big boys, we got to do what the big boys do. But you can do it in an affordable way using email and social media marketing.
It's so affordable. It's ridiculous. So make sure you take advantage of Toni's offer. Reach out and connect with her. If you're not using an email system, she also is incredible at helping people get it all established, right? You do a lot of work for people to get them up to snuff.
Yes, I do. So by all means, contact me. My email address is tony@drasticonlineresults.com. Again, my website is drasticonlineresults.com. All my social media connections are there. And email me. And we can talk about how I can support you in your business, not only with your technology tools, but I'm a connector. So I love connecting people to, I say I connect people to the nouns of the world, the people, the places, and the things that they need to be successful.
Yes, and I love connecting Toni. It's so much fun.
Thank you so much.
Take advantage of her. Take advantage of everything that she offers. And Toni is with an I, not a Y.
Thank you.
Make sure you check her out and get her involved in what you're going to be. And really, if you've got an event coming up, she's a great person to bring in to be a speaker for your event. She's so incredibly, not just professional, but engaging and relatable, which is what I think is more important than anything.
Thank you, Tonya. Coming from you, that means a lot. So thank you. Thank you. I like to have fun on stage too. Yeah. So I like to dance, and we just have a good time. There is no dead speaker with me.
And she always has like the best shoes on. So
yes, I have stage shoes, baby.
I have shoe envy from so many people. I really can't wear those heels that Toni wears. I'm like, okay, you don't have to be Toni.
That's right. You are you. So
exactly. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Please take care and get involved. Meet Toni. Make something happen. Take a drastic step today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait for a year from now. Do it today. Do something you've never done that you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. Make it happen for you. And
absolutely.
Get it. I never want to hear I'm not ready, because you're not ready if you're going to say that.
You're not ready. You'll never be ready. So you just might as well keep on stepping. So I would like to say, my name is Toni Harris, and I'm encouraging you to take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow. Yay! Thank you so much, Tonya.
Yay. All right, everyone. I will see you next time. And always reach out and say hello. Go to publicspeakersassociation.com. You'll find Toni's information there also. And check me out and see what we've got going on. Bye.
Bye.